Already? Excellent.
Yeah, I thought we'd try the other software again, as soon as it worked so well yesterday, and
We had a laugh.
the other one wouldn't connect. Yeah. So we're a little bit early.
It's fine. Oh, look, I've got a notification to say that you're live.
Oh.
Excellent.
Live or alive?
Both, maybe?
Debatable.
Oh, all right then. Don't forget to record, though.
I'll put the record on shortly.
Do you like my name today?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I thought, why not? Sounds like a good one.
That's that one. That's that one. Do I need to record, or can I just download from Facebook?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll just download from Facey.
Okie dokie. You are the technical one. I will bow to your greater knowledge.
So have you got a quarantini?
I haven't poured it yet. I've got the other half of my my lovely Rioja Campo Vieja. I do like that. It's probably not so great after it's been open a week, but I did put the thingy one on it, the one that I've got for fizzy wines.
Oh, the wine saver thing.
Yeah. So cheers.
Fine. Cheers. I'm
chin
on Southern Comfort
Slange
and ginger ale, and then after that probably Southern Comfort and Coke, because there's no more ginger ale. Cheers.
Slange. Yum. So it's Thursday evening, eh?
It is the official end of Cowabunga tonight.
That is just unbelievable. I don't know where the time has absolutely just flown by to.
We'll wait till we've got a few people on, but I might have done a little video.
You have?
I might have done a wee video.
Oh, wow.
For Cowabunga.
You are so good, aren't you? Is that what you were doing while I was having a nana nap?
Probably. Yeah.
I was being completely lazy today.
It's fine, it's allowed. I mean, you're sort of jobless, so you know you can actually DOS.
That's what unemployed people do, isn't it? Snooze and work on their tan, but it's not been sunny, so I haven't been able to do that.
We had rain.
We had a little rain, but not anything to shout about, really.
It was moderate, I suppose. While the poor binmen were here, it pelted down a bit after they'd gone.
Right.
I put them a message on the bin lid.
Oh.
I drew a love heart and said, "Thank you for all that you do."
Oh, that's nice. I just watched the end of the the briefing with Bojo.
Oh, I've not seen it. Was it any good?
It was all right. He looks better.
Oh, that's encouraging then.
He still looked absolutely horrendous the other day, I thought.
Yeah, he did.
When he came out, when he was in Downing Street, stood at the podium.
Yeah.
I thought he just looked horrendous, but he looks better today, so that's encouraging. That's good. What was he saying? They're going to set out some ways that businesses might be able to start going back. They're getting some plans together, and face masks may be on the agenda. I've told Caitlin she's going to have to make me one. I said it's part of her enrichment program.
Oh, well, just
tell
her what you want.
Because she's going to be a rounded person. Oh, so did we decide that we were going to go with squares instead of stripes?
Well, I grabbed the leftovers of my woodland blanket.
Yeah.
And had a look at the pattern for the harmony blanket, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4. First 5 rows, and the 6th is the joining row. So I played around with colour combinations, and then I saw in a crochet group, there was a couple of people have been posting pictures of patterns by this particular lady, and I couldn't find her on Ravelry and I couldn't find her on Lovecraft, so I had to use a bit of Google foo and detective work to find the blankets.
Yeah.
And she has produced a pattern which I downloaded and looked at the colour combinations, and I have all the colours kicking about, and I thought, well, maybe I'll do that one. And then I saw another one where somebody had used these woodland colours to do the Harmony blanket by Attic 24, which I'd quite liked in the first place. But I've been dithering over the kit because the joining row is in a colour called, oh God, what's it called? It's like Parma Violet.
Oh, right, okay.
Very pale, purpley, grey kind of colour. It's really pretty. But I just think it will be a little bit cooler than what I want. It looks quite grey.
Right.
There's lots of it. And I didn't want that for the joining. I thought, what's the sense in buying the kit if I'm getting 3 balls of this and I'm not particularly going to use it? Unless Becky produces another child this year, which is unlikely, given that she's not long had the last one. I can't think of anyone else who would want me to do something in tons of purples. So
right.
I thought, well, do I look at this Harmony blanket again? And this lady had done 6 of the colour packs, of Lucy's colour packs for the sewing blanket. And if you messaged her on Facebook, then she would give you the PDF, which is basically a list of square one, this colour, that colour, this colour, that colour, this for your rows, and you join in, and then what sequence she did them in to get the blanket. So I sent a message yesterday and said, you know, please don't respond of an evening. I don't want to intrude on your time. And within seconds, there was a reply with PDFs for the 2 that I was interested in. And she didn't do anything for them. I said, can I make a charity donation? No, she said, I've just really enjoyed doing them and people have asked me to share my colour combinations. It's not a pattern. It's not something I've designed. I've just played with the colour. So, thank you very much. So whether this is on the list or not, I don't know, because I haven't printed it out and I haven't looked. I was watching The Incredibles 2 last night.
Yeah.
After I'd finished the other half of Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
I love that movie.
Yeah, bobbing along and all that.
Yeah, too much peopling. No peopling allowed. That's what I was saying.
Sing along to that. And then I thought, well, I'll just play around with these colours while I was watching The Incredibles 2, which I quite enjoyed.
I haven't seen it. I've only seen the first one.
I hadn't seen it before, but I quite enjoyed it.
Cool.
It's more about the children this time.
I was going to say, you don't really tend to watch movies like that once your kids get past a certain age, do you? They're just not really on your radar.
I know, and I kind of missed it. And when Jake came downstairs last night, I think it was, and I'm watching Bedknobs and Broomsticks, and normally he makes a brew and something to eat, and he just stays in the kitchen, and he might shout through. We may converse.
Yeah.
With voices, because the kettle's on or whatever. But he heard it and came through, and he went, "Oh, have I missed the bit with the football match?"
Oh, I love that. I do love the football match.
And I said, well, if you want, you can put it on Disney Plus in your room on the bigger telly.
Yeah, get your style.
Yeah, and you can watch it up there, and you can just fast forward a bit that you want to see.
What's the what's the spell that they use to make everything move on its own?
Oh God, this is where I look really bad, isn't it?
Oh,
Mimicoides to Cora Satis D.
See, that's it. I love it.
Yeah,
I love that song.
That I know that, and I remember that from going to see it at about, I don't know, 10 years old or something.
Oh, I loved it. I remember when I was little. First time we were going to go to the cinema was for, I think it was my brother or sister's birthday or something, and we were going to go as a treat. And whoever it was wanted to see Fame. Do you remember the original Fame movie?
I do, yeah.
But I wasn't allowed to go in and see it because I was too young. So I was the black sheep of the family because I ruined the day for being little.
Oh, dang you. And there was a bit of sex and nudity and swearing.
I think I don't know if it was like a PG or a 15 or something, but I think I was only about 5 at the time. And my mum and dad were like, well, it's our decision. We're her parents. And if we think that she can watch it, she can watch it. And they were like, no, it's the law. She can't come in. She's too little. So, because they didn't have 12s in those days.
Well, you'd have been too young for that anyway.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't think PG has ever had an age on it. So it must have been a 15.
It was quite sweary.
Yeah.
And there was some nudity. There was a lot of effing and...
So maybe it was a 15.
I mean, the series was much more low-key and mellow in terms of it. It was more a family audience thing.
Excuse me.
But the movie, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we did get to watch it on video many moons later. My God, video. We used to have a video recorder thing with a remote control, and we thought we were really dead posh because the remote control controlled it, but it had a wire. So it only reached so far, and my mum was the only one that could control it, and she was at like a reach with it as well. I used to sit in the middle of the floor.
Yeah, well, I'm so old that I used to be the remote control.
Oh, you were the one that had to sit on the floor and get up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, do this with the aerial.
Oh. And stand there. They'd get just the perfect picture, but if you moved, the picture would go. So you had to stand, and you couldn't even see the TV.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was exactly what it was like.
God, do you remember those days?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't hanker back to them. I mean, times were simpler.
Yes.
That's for certain. It was simpler, and I don't know.
I do feel that in some ways that's what this lockdown is doing to us, is sending us back in time in certain ways. Obviously, we've got all the tech now that we didn't have then. But, I don't remember. Well, maybe it was just the fact that we couldn't afford it, but we never went out anywhere.
I know.
We wouldn't have gone out for a coffee.
Oh, goodness, no. No, we never had anything like that.
Yeah.
There was never enough money for stuff like that.
No. So
on the occasions that we got to go, there was a cafe in Ulverston called Deganis.
The what?
Deganis, and it did
Yeah.
Italian ice cream.
Oh.
Which is my mum's favourite.
Yeah.
And if she was feeling flush, we would be allowed, the ice cream sodas.
Oh, yeah.
Holly would always have Coke or cherry.
Like a float. We used to call it a float.
Yeah. Yeah, we'd call something else a float.
Well, we won't go there. That's a floater.
We'd have that, but we were never allowed a cake or anything else.
Right.
And the times I remember my mother sort of handing something under the table and going, have this. And I said, we can't eat it in here. It's not allowed. Well, yes, but you need a snack. And I said, well, I'll eat it outside on the street. I'm not going to eat it in a cafe because you're not allowed to bring your food in. Honestly, warm flapjack that had been in her handbag.
Nice. Sweating away.
Oh, dear.
Those were the days, eh?
Yeah, happy days. I'm not rushing back to that.
No, tell me about it. I mean, it has been nice. This afternoon, Caitlin and I watched Sewing Bee again together.
All right.
That was nice. We are definitely spending more time together. Not the three of us, because that just never happens. What she's interested in and what he are interested in are completely different. And so I end up with one or the other of them. Friday night's normally at 8 with Caitlin and I, but she doesn't want to watch it this week because it's not an actual show. It's more like a concert of his best songs.
Right.
So a compilation of them all at the Albert Hall. So she says she doesn't want to watch that one, which is a bit sad, but it's fine, You're taking snapshots.
Might be. Time for a big grin.
Cheese. And what are you going to do with those later?
What I do with those is save them for YouTube for the thumbnail that you get
Yeah.
in bed.
Cool. Sounds fab.
Yeah, so depending on the type of channel, you might be doing a V-sign or waving or...
I got something in my eye.
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
What am I work on? I don't know.
So anyway, let's go back to that blankie thing. I liked that square. What are you going to do now, though?
Well, I've got to make other squares in different combinations.
So that's as big as it's... So this isn't the log cabin thing you're doing then?
No.
Because I thought that was the log cabin one, but you decided to do different colours, so I'm wrong.
No, I didn't make it clear. The Sunny Blanket kit is quite a big one, and I've just put it to one side because I don't think I want to do the log cabin. I don't like the... I'm going to be really anal now. I don't like the unevenness of the blocks in the pattern and how it seems to... On all the projects, it seems to skew.
Right, okay.
Slightly off, and that would irritate the hell out of me.
Yeah.
If it just looked wonky.
Yeah, that would annoy me, I'm afraid. Yeah.
Well, I thought if I did these
and
then got enough for the first few strips in whatever pattern I decide, and then join as I go with the 6th row and get a section done and put it to one side and then start making squares for the next section. So I've only ever got a small thing to carry around.
Yeah.
But I'm making progress and weaving it. I've even woven some of the ends in.
Well done, you. I do love those colours. What's that colour in the middle? That first colour?
Duck egg.
Ah, see? What a surprise that I like that.
Duck egg, Lincoln.
Yeah.
I think that's meadow, lime, and cypress.
Right. Gorgeous.
Yeah, so some people have joined with whatever their next colour was going to be anyway. Or some people have joined with just one colour and one row smaller squares.
Right.
So I was debating about whether to use MOCHA mixed round.
The non-latte?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her middle name.
Oh, right, okay. Or cappuccino. Oh, Yvonne's in the house.
Hi, Yvonne. How you doing? You had a busy day?
I haven't, Yvonne. I've been sleeping this afternoon.
You've had a nana nap.
I have had the most delicious nana nap this afternoon. It was rather tasty. And actually, it did put me off, though, because I was supposed to... Oh, yay, it is nap time. I was supposed to go to the chemist and pick my prescription up, but I didn't get up. Caitlin woke me up about 5:15, and they shut at 5, so that was a bit...
Yeah.
Oops, I'll have to go tomorrow.
Well, you did say it could wait.
Yeah, it can wait. I'm not desperate. Yeah. That was one cutie, that cat.
It was a little sweetie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just searching for Nana now, and you'd be stunned at some of the images that are coming up. I don't think I'd bother.
No, probably best not to.
Yeah, just a bit.
Mm. Oh. Is that your mini that you just flashed?
You might have seen my mini.
I think I just saw your mini. Love it.
So Yvonne's had a pretty quiet week, except for a trip to the music store to buy an electric guitar for P. He's taken to playing guitar and played most of it himself. Well done.
That is brilliant.
That's great. It's good that he's got something that he's really passionate about as well.
The music is a fab thing to fill your time with.
Well, it's one of those things that you'll always get invited to parties, won't you?
Yeah, especially guitar.
Because it's really great if you've got someone who can just pick up a guitar and do covers of a load of stuff that people can sing along to.
Yeah, I don't think the flute's quite as popular.
I don't know. You maybe have to go to one of Lizzo's parties to find out.
Yeah, I think so. Although James Galway managed it.
Yeah.
He was always very popular. I didn't realise that he actually recorded the music for Lord of the Rings and the Riverdance.
Did he?
Yeah, that was him.
Okay.
Mm. It's very Irish sounding anyway, though, the flute, I think, isn't it?
It is. I remember when the Hobbit films came out.
Yeah.
Someone was going mad that Ed Sheeran was asked to do one of the songs for the soundtrack.
Right.
They were muching on about how it's a story about elves, and I'm thinking, have you read the book? Elves are in it, but it's a story about hobbits.
Hobbits and elves are not the same thing.
Hobbit in particular, and they're like beer.
Yeah.
Pub type music, which is totally Ed Sheeran. What's the probably kept? I think they wanted sort of Annie Lennox with more of the sort of Into the West kind of soundtrack from the last Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. I think that's what they were kind of hoping for, but that isn't what the book's about.
No. I've not read The Lord of the Rings. I did read The Hobbit when I was pregnant with Callum. I did enjoy it. I can't really remember much about it now, though, because that's like 19 years ago. And I never saw the movies. I just never got round to it. I wanted to see them because I love the Lord of the Rings movies.
Well, frequently on telly.
Yeah, I like.
Now, I bought the book for Jake, and I got him a large print one. Dyslexia to make it a little bit easier to read. And he assured me that he had read it. And then I'm sat watching the third of the series.
Yeah.
And he's going on about what a great character Richard Armitage plays. And I said, well, you know, Thorin is a king. He's the Lord of the Mountain. And he's returned to his ancestral home. And then went on to say, well, what a shame that. At which point he went, well, you just ruined it. And I said, but you read the book.
Yeah.
Well, most of the book.
Oh, right. Okay. So he didn't.
Quickly turned into a bit of the book. So I suspect was absolutely none of the book.
Or maybe the first page.
Yeah, so then I got, well, it's not worth me watching now because you've just spoiled it. And I'm thinking, well, if that was all that was important about the ending, then I'm very sorry, Sunshine. Grow up here.
I need to watch all of them again. I do like. Well, I haven't, like I say, I haven't watched the Hobbit ones. I can't believe they made 3 movies out of the Lord of the Rings that were massive tomes, and then they made 3 movies out of the Hobbit that was like one small book.
Well, it's called profiteering.
But they'd have been better off making more movies out of the Lord of the Rings.
But you should get the funding as it was.
I suppose. And then I suppose it was popular, so then they were able to fund the Hobbit, weren't they?
Yeah.
Legolas. Oh, yeah.
Bit of Orlando Bloom in tights.
I do like Orlando Bloom in tights. I was quite Caitlin and I were watching the Sewing Bee this afternoon, and the last challenge was making a man's shirt, like a Hawaiian shirt with bold prints and things. And there was this one guy, one model, and he's sitting there, and I went, oh, he's quite nice. I was going, oh, he's got a bit of a David Diggs looks about him. And she's like, oh, yeah. And then when he was modelling the shirt, he had all his top all undone, and he had a very nice 6-pack and everything. And I was like, oh, he really is quite nice, isn't he? Yeah. Sorry. I'm definitely living in a desert, aren't I?
Well, your husband is.
Well, I feel like I am. Where's the oasis?
Manchester.
Manchester.
That's where Oasis come from.
I don't really like Oasis, actually.
Are you not a fan?
I don't mind some of their music, but I think that the brothers are very much like most Premier League footballers, overpaid and think too much of themselves.
Pricks.
Yeah. If you want to just, get in there and just say it like it is.
Well, you know me.
Yeah. I'll just dance around the houses a bit and you just go for the direct route.
Okay, well, we'll do it that way.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it works for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like that they're loyal to their mum and they're loyal to their mates and all of those things.
Not to each other, though, it would seem.
Well, yeah, and that I just find that sad. And I think it's a bit sad that their dad kind of turned up once they were famous, having left their mother to do all the work and raise them all on her own.
It always happens, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, Rita's with us as well now.
Oh, hi, Rita. I'm crocheting again.
Have you started another one?
Yeah, I'm starting.
Are you doing the non-latte?
Yeah.
And then what other colours are you gonna put in that square?
I don't know. I'm gonna pull some out the bag.
You're gonna wing it?
Might do.
Oh wow!
I like the idea of free-forming it.
Flying by the seat of your pants.
Well, you know how it is.
On a Thursday night with an adult beverage.
Oh yeah, and I've had a drink already, so you know.
Anything could happen.
Absolutely could. Just snip my eye.
Snip, snip. Anything could happen. I haven't sang in a while. What do you want? Should we have some requests about the Silence is Golden?
Got a request?
Go on.
Sure.
Yeah. Silence is Golden. Sound of Silence. That's another one. Who sings that one?
Simon and Garfunkel.
Is it? Oh, I love that song.
I like I mean, generally it's hard to beat an original.
Right.
I love the Disturbed version of that.
All right. I don't think I've heard it.
You've not heard that one? It's amazing.
I might have. I don't know.
I've got a very rock singer voice, and it's not like the Simon and Garfunkel, which is quite sort of sweet and harmonic, and
yeah,
this is exceptionally well done. And I think the video that we did for it really worked with the lyrics.
Yeah,
you know, it's a bit like was it Erasure? Did a couple.
Oh, I like Erasure.
Give a little respect.
I love that. That was a brilliant version.
Really brilliant songs that were covers that were just far superior to any other version I've ever heard.
Yeah. You know me. You and I, we're 80s girls.
Yeah. So, Rita, have you got a project on the go? Are you still working on your bag? Yvonne's finished her C to C corner to corner blanket and is now working on another ripple crop top because she liked the first one so much. Oh, that's
excellent.
Nice.
Like it.
And she's saying the Disturbed version of Sound of Silence is great. It's just awesome, isn't it? And it starts off so quietly.
I'll have to look it up.
And then goes into this towering voice. Absolutely brilliant. Right. That's the end of the non-lighter.
Excellent. I need to spend some time on YouTube looking a few things up. I've got to look up at those Nicola Sturgeon videos that you said. And then I watched Have I Got a Bit More News for You? And they showed a clip of a sports commentator, who's trying to keep himself busy during the lockdown. So he's just going to random places and commenting on anything that he sees. And
is the one who did the one of his dogs?
Yeah, the two dogs running
yeah.
around. Yeah. I really need to look him up and see some of his videos because I bet they're hilarious, actually.
I thought they were ever so good.
Yeah. I've still got that song stuck in my head now. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Need something different in my head. I think I'm going to have Don't Cry For Me Argentina stuck in my head tomorrow.
I'm saying that the disturbed version of Sound of Silence is one she plays for people who claim that heavy metal singers can't sing. That's the one that I go to for that as well, because it's just a brilliant vocal.
Is it proper pure, the Disturbed? Do they do like real proper heavy metal?
Oh God, yeah.
Normally, right? Because I don't know them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't listen to any of their other stuff. I just happened to, it was one of those YouTube things of you might like.
Oh, right, okay.
And it was Sound of Silence and Disturbed, and I thought, oh, who are they? And I just played it and played it and played it. Really, really loved it.
Because I like rock. I don't know if heavy metal's probably a bit too, like, I don't like screaming and stuff. I like a good beat. So, and drums and the guitars and everything, that's fine in a heavy metal. But I do like a song that I can sing along to. So if it's too squealy.
No, there's none of that.
That's good.
No, it's just like,
I like My Chemical Romance, but they're not heavy metal. They're more, I don't know what you would call them.
So Rita says, I'm still working on my bag. Today I picked up a comfort shawl I've been working on and saw that I went wrong about 4 rows back, so I just...
Oh no.
That's the thing with crochet, isn't it? You can't work it down and cheat like you can tink with knitting. But then it's so quick to get back to where you were.
Because sometimes with knitting you have to make a decision. Do I tink it back and leave it on the needles, which is going to take forever but is safer? Or do I take it off the needles and rip it, which is quick, but then risk not being able to get it back on the needles nicely? Yeah. Whereas you don't have that with crochet, do you? You can just whip it.
But luckily Rita says it's worked along the short side and not the long side. So
right.
At least it wasn't massive numbers of stitches.
It could have been hours of work gone, couldn't it?
Couldn't it just?
I might have to crack the chocolate open tonight. Like I said, I like that one. Just breathe. Yeah. I really want some marshmallows. Has anybody got any marshmallows they want to donate to me? I don't know what it is. I'm just craving a marshmallow.
No, I've got a tiny bit of very cheap white chocolate.
I've got cheap dark chocolate. Dark chocolate and red wine. It seems like a nice combo, actually.
Sounds like a very sensible combo to me. And I realised that I didn't print out this pattern, so I'm working from the square.
Oh, this could be fun with Southern Comfort.
Yeah, I'm sort of looking at it and thinking,
Can you not keep flashing it up on your screen? Or have you got too many screens already?
I could.
What colour is that one? Looks like a burnt orange.
It's that copper, maybe, or tomato.
It looks more burnt than tomato, doesn't it?
And I think, is that one copper? It's copper, tomato and spice that I've picked up.
Which one's which?
Well, spice is the lightest one.
Right.
I think that might be tomato. I think that's copper.
Tomato?
But I'm not sure. Without getting me shade chart out, I'm not really.
Does it really matter? in the grand scheme of things.
It absolutely doesn't.
So we don't mind.
I think that should be a chain 2 space.
I did actually cast on for some mitts, baby mitts.
Oh,
but that is literally all I've done. I've just got the plain cream colour and just done the cast on.
That'd be really cute though.
Only like 20 odd stitches or something.
Oh, they're so tiny, aren't they?
I know, but I am getting a little worried that I'm not going to have enough wool for this blankie.
You're going to have to order some more.
I'll have to find it from somewhere else and hope that it's the right dye lot.
Yeah, you don't need to worry about dye lots with Stylecraft Special, ever.
All right. Ever.
You don't ever have to worry about it because they are so consistent.
I mean, it looks quite big. I mean, how big is a baby, for crying out loud? It's only the newborn size. Surely a newborn baby would fit in that. That's like,
I mean, I guess. I mean,
there's my arm, the crook of my arm to my hand, and it's taller. That's how big a newborn baby is, isn't it? It fits in the crook of your arm.
I can't remember. Yvonne says she'd love some dark chocolate to go with her Guinness. Jake inspired her last week.
Well, Yvonne, I would happily share with you. I don't think I can get it to you just yet, though. Unfortunately.
Yeah, that would be the difficulty, wouldn't it?
Yeah. But I'll tell you what I will do is I will enjoy it for you. Is that enough? Yeah. Is that fair? Do you think that's fair?
That sounds perfectly fair to me in the circumstances, because there's not a lot else you can do.
There's not a lot else I can do because, you know, at the end of the day, I am, what am I? Am I a considerate crocodile or a compassionate crocodile? I can't remember what I am tonight. I'm a crocodile.
Do you know, she asks questions like this, and it's a family show.
I am a compassionate crocodile tonight, apparently.
Well, that's what you chose to be, so that's what you have to be.
No biting.
What, me or you?
Me, because I'm a crocodile, but I'm compassionate, so I'm not allowed to bite tonight.
Okay, that's fine then.
Makes sense. What is it? I can't remember. Is it one of the Monty Pythons? Oh, that's beautiful. Where he says something about nasty, sharp, bitey teeth or something like that.
Oh, I can't remember. I always remember the Black Knight in the Holy Grail.
Oh, it's only
the fella cuts his arms off and his legs off and his nonsense to put the flesh wound. And...
yeah. We watched that. What were we watching? We were watching. Oh, that was last week's. Have I got a bit more news for you? Caitlin and I were watching it, and they were talking about how the papers were saying about Bojo coming out of hospital on the Easter Sunday, didn't they?
Right.
And one of the headlines was "He is risen," and Ian Hislop said, "Yes, but we all know that he's not the Messiah. He's just a very naughty boy." And Caitlin completely missed the reference.
Well, yeah, I suppose she would.
Well, she has seen them. To be fair, she has seen them, but I think things like that, they didn't stick. What was it? She did keep going on about for ages. Was what's it? The people that say "neat" or something like that.
That say "me."
Yeah.
"Neat."
"Neat." Yeah, she picked up on that one and kept going around saying it.
Yeah, if I'm saying still no transporter or TARDIS, it's seriously disappointing, isn't it? That we haven't got that sorted out yet.
Especially with the technology that we've got these days, you'd think, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I'm just enjoying your chocolate for you, Yvonne. Sorry.
Yeah, we've all part, aren't we?
I did do 2.7 mile run this morning. So
Okay, well, I'm feeling, I suppose, kind of virtuous in that I did my workout.
And now you've got the aches to prove it.
Yeah, now I've got muscles that I didn't know I had that just hurt, really. But you know how it is, it's fine.
Don't you find that really inconsiderate of your muscles? You've given them all that attention, and what do they do in return? They hurt you.
Well, it's just how life is sometimes.
It's rude.
It is a bit, but what can we do? So, I put together a little video of some of the projects from Linda.
I've been looking forward to this.
I'll have to see if I can get that running in the background and then share my screen.
Exciting. Will it make me cry?
I don't know what makes you cry.
You know, when you watch an X Factor and stuff like that, and they put the sad videos on because it's the end.
I don't think it's sad. Hang on. Oh, I'll have to turn that volume down. That's very annoying, isn't it? Okay. So back to the beginning. Screen. Share screen. Right. Can you see that?
I can see that.
Okay.
Oh, that was really cool. There was loads of really good projects in there.
Yeah, I think I've tried to get all the ones I could find. I think there's one by Jadzia I haven't included because it was the Annabella cowl, but she's got so far maybe about an inch and a half into the knitting, but it's in a mixed red.
Right.
It's quite hard to get that to look where you could see the detail on the screen, and I didn't want to make the project look bad just because I couldn't work with the photograph.
Right, yeah.
I've got some
red is notoriously difficult though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite challenging as to whether it's warm or cool, and if it's quite an intense hue it can be a bit overwhelming for the monitor to cope with. It doesn't know which way to jump.
Yeah. Oh, Elaine's with us.
Hi, Elaine.
She's had lots of men in her back garden this week.
I'm really not sure what to say about that.
Well, you know, she's been sending us photos.
I'm desperate to ask questions about what work they were doing, but I'm trying not to do the bush thing.
I'm sure if Elaine would like to share with us what she's been having, you know, trimmed or not trimmed, I don't know. Oh, Anne Hall's with us as well.
Hi Anne, how you doing?
You just missed the video, Anne.
Oh, bless. I'll play it again later on. I just did a little compilation video of most of the projects, not all of them, I don't think. From the Cowabunga knit along, crochet along that finishes tonight. And then tomorrow we've got the unenviable task of choosing prize winners and sorting all of that out. So.
Yeah, that would be fun. You're right, Anne. Yeah, see, Anne's laughing at all these men as well. I think we're just jealous, aren't we, Anne? Although Anne has a couple of men of her own in the house, so nothing to be jealous of there. She's been in the garden as well. And they've definitely been trimming bushes in the garden, haven't you, Anne? I've seen the pictures.
It's not a vicious rumour then.
No, it's not a vicious rumour. I've actually seen the pictures of the bush that was trimmed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we have a family audience, so don't share it with them.
It was just a bush in the garden.
Okay. So this is
a bit topiary going on.
Do you like topiary?
It depends, you know, what they make it into.
There's a fellow on Swarthmore on the Trinkle estate, and his grandkids must be into these particular sort of kids' video games.
Yeah.
And he does all the characters from these video games in topiary in his front garden, and
excellent.
Makes all manner of sort of square box faces and other things too. I mean, they're absolutely brilliant. They really catch you.
What, like Minecraft?
I don't know what games they're from because I'm not a gamer. Let's not pretend that I even have a Scooby.
Maybe Scooby's in there somewhere?
In the past, there've been some I recognised from CBeebies and things like that. The more modern stuff could be sort of standard kids' telly, but he says it's from games that they play. But that could be any platform these days, couldn't it? So.
Yeah, it could be Minecraft. That's quite popular, isn't it? Or what's the other one? Fortnite.
Well, they're a bit young for that sort of thing.
Oh, right. I thought that was the problem, that all the youngsters were playing it and that they shouldn't be.
Well, that's because they never check anything, do they?
I am so glad my kids are past all that. Yes, Anne, it is wine. A nice glass of red wine.
Sorry, I just had to rip out because I'd missed a treble.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And I only realised when I'm thinking there should be a hole there.
And there wasn't.
And 2 stitches either side of it. Oops.
Looks better now, though. How are you getting on with your adult beverage there, Lorraine? Is it going down nicely?
Anne says she's still upset that Elaine Watson didn't have a dead body in the garden.
Anne Hall is desperate to find a dead body. I think she thinks that Vera's going to come along if she finds one.
Well, what she needs to do is, while she's got the workmen there, is do what that guy did and get them to bury a plastic skeleton for whoever has the house next.
Yeah, put it down underneath the grass or the decking or whatever she's going to have put in.
I thought that was so funny.
Honestly, it's brilliant. It is genius. I've got, like I said, I've got a hatch on my decking. I might have to try and squeeze something under there.
It's tempting to buy a plastic skull, isn't it? Just put one in a pot or something like that, and just have like the jawbones sticking out round your taties or whatever you're going, and see if anyone actually notices.
You've got a wicked sense of humour.
Yeah. You just noticed.
No, not just noticed. That's funny. So I think Anne has given up on trying to knit for a while.
Right. Why?
I don't know. Anne, how did you get on? Did you ever manage to get those stitches back on the needle that I put on for you before we were told that we had to social distance? I know.
When you want to learn something new and you sort of hit a brick wall, and all it really takes is someone who can just talk you through it for 2 minutes, and then all of a sudden it's like a massive light goes on and you think, of course, that's exactly how we do it.
Yeah.
But it is kind of reliant on having that person there, isn't it?
I mean, we're both very lucky that we've been taught many moons ago in the flesh by someone.
Oh, very much so.
Oh, she kept going.
That's good.
Well done, Anne. You got any photos to show us?
Yeah, you'll have to post them just in the group. I don't think it will allow you to post.
I don't think it does, no.
Like thing and my bob. No idea why.
Don't think. She says, "Don't think I'll be knitting a jumper." I don't think you were supposed to be knitting a jumper. I thought you were supposed to be knitting Ian Hall a scarf, a TARDIS scarf.
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing to do is to find a pattern that's a bit wiggly, so it gets thicker and thinner. And
yeah, so it's a design feature.
Yeah, absolutely. Holes are completely a design feature.
Completely. Do you know what? That it's not a hole; it's lace. That's
manly lace. Manly lace.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Gentlemanly summer wear.
Well, there you go. See, men like a little bit of detail as well.
I wondered where you were going with that.
You know, big holes. Big holes are in. I didn't say that. Anne Hall said that big holes are in.
You're just repeating it.
I'm just reading.
Okay.
It's funny. So what colour are you on now?
Does the teacher in you want to smack you on the hand?
The teacher in me was wondering if I need to go back to work. You know, with all this, they're talking about kids only going in for so many hours and so many children at any one time. I'm wondering if there's going to be, you know, like there was with retired nurses and doctors, is there going to be a call to retired teachers to come?
Don't know.
Am I going to be on the front line next?
I don't think so.
That's all right then. Although I'm very unhappy because my last month at college was payday today and I didn't get paid.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's because I had to email my line manager my timesheet, and I think she's just not noticed it or something, and it's not gone in.
The messenger is there. Oi.
Oi, Mrs. I'm owed a whole £500.
Oh.
That could keep me in shoes for a little while, you know. Or marshmallows. You count him.
I'm just sewing in an end.
Oh, you look like you were concentrating.
Yeah, it happens just
That's nice.
Very, very rarely.
Maybe Anne would take to crochet better than knit him.
A lot of people do. No, Rita might be the best person to ask in terms of, I know, mind you, on crochets as well. Oh, Anne's waiting for next to open. Well, they did open briefly, didn't they? But the website went down again.
Was it like online only or something?
Yeah, there was just a flood of orders of people panicking. I've done that in the wrong order after all that. So
Oh no, you're not going to have to rip again.
Do I now just do that colour next?
It's out of order though, isn't it? You can either try it and see if you like it, or just rip the other colour out.
Try it.
Try it and see how it goes. Suck it and see.
That sort of thing. That's the principle.
Yeah. I'm going to have another square of chocolate. Oh, apparently I've been inactive. Shall I share an emoji or something just so that it doesn't think that I'm inactive?
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, okay. Let's have a look. There we go. How about that one? Chocolate and wine. What a better combo.
Oh, possibly cheese and wine, but you don't really do cheese, do you?
I love cheese, but cheese doesn't love me.
Yeah, that's the difficulty, isn't it?
Anne Hall doesn't like cheese.
Really?
Yeah, she can't stand it.
Done it again.
Did you not do enough?
I'm missing a double crochet. Or a treble, depending on whether you don't know whether to use the end to sneak it in. I've got a yarn tail, I could do a standing double crochet.
Come on, give it a try.
There that is. And sneak it in. I don't know. Sort of ridiculous, isn't
it? Yvonne says she's glad that Anne doesn't like cheese because it's more for her.
Yeah, good plan, Yvonne. Like the way you're thinking. Yeah, that's not working at all. I'm going to
do it.
I can do that. Come again. So I'm going to put this to one side because it's obviously one that requires concentration, whereas the granny stripe just you can just brainlessly go on with it. Quick swig. What's everybody's quarantine tonight? I'm on Southern Comfort and dry ginger, and then when I slug that, it'll be Southern Comfort, probably with Coke, or what looks like flat lemonade.
They don't stay on for very long, do they?
No, they don't. No.
Like, you could miss it.
Yeah, I do enjoy my teas. Oh, Anne's got tea.
Tea? No, she's got work tomorrow, probably.
Oh, well. She'll be exhausted checking out all those men in Elaine's garden.
I know. We did joke that
sure that they've been social distancing, of course.
Well, I don't know. Some of the photos, they didn't look like they were. Obviously, Elaine is social distancing from them.
Yeah, Yvonne's got Guinness. She's just
I used to like Guinness.
To go with it. I quite like a Guinness.
I don't think I could drink it now. I bet it's full of gluten.
Possibly. Gives me a headache now.
Does it?
Like a square of white chocolate that you're going to tell me isn't chocolate.
Not at all. Fat and sugar. But do you know what? Sometimes those are the two things that you need. So I'll let you off.
Okay.
It was warmer today, even though the weather was worse than it was yesterday. It didn't feel anywhere near as cold. So, yeah, it's a bit bizarre.
Oh, Rita says she's got tea, but it's only 2:15 in the afternoon there.
Oh, well, we'll let her off.
Tea seems perfectly acceptable.
2:15, I was drinking tea as well.
One says it's a bank holiday in Germany tomorrow for Labour Day.
Oh, right.
Very good. So
I think they're
what are you going to do with your day off?
Well, they're starting to open stuff up in Germany at the moment, aren't they? I think some of the shops have started to open.
suppose it makes sense to do a phased approach, doesn't it? But...
I don't know what they're going to do here. I still can't believe they're talking about football. Forget the football. There are other things that need to be restarted sooner than the football.
Well, it just seems all a bit pointless.
I'm actually really worried about easing lockdowns, personally. I don't know. I mean, I think even if they say that certain things are open, I'm just going to carry on as I am for a bit longer and see what happens. I'm certainly not going to be rushing out to anywhere. I'm scared. I just think that they're going to open things too early because of public pressure.
I think if Pat opens the wool stall in the market hall,
yeah, but that'd be it. You wouldn't be rushing to go and have coffee with your mates. I mean, I know you used to go quite often for a coffee with, who was it you used to meet up with for a coffee? Jackie, yeah. But I know, you know, that sort of thing you probably wouldn't be rushing back to just yet.
No. I did see her last week. She was taking the dogs to Birchall, sort of local fell with a stone circle on it, and it's really nice for dog walks.
Yeah.
It's at the top of the hill and my village is at the bottom. And I suppose I could have walked up there, but I didn't want to. And she was going in the car anyway with her husband and the dogs, so she dropped off my birthday present very kindly. Oh yeah, the wool. And we had a really brief chat. Yeah. And she was at the gate, which is about 4 meters away, and I was at the front door, and I quickly showed her my blanket. Yeah. And then she was telling me whereabouts on the bag she'd touched. Oh, bless. So she picked it up by the handle, so I was able to pick it up by the sides. But I mean, it didn't matter. I'd have just picked it up, emptied the yarn out, which she hadn't touched for weeks anyway, and then washed my hands, and it's fine. But yeah, it was nice to see her, but I don't want to put her in any possible danger from anybody I've been in contact with. Exactly. And that's the worry for me. I mean, I don't know, I had a woman on the phone very frustrated that the wool shops weren't open. And you know, unless you've got an online presence and you're used to working in that way, it's actually a big change. Yeah. And I said, well, are you a regular customer? I said, anybody can you phone me up? Well, I haven't bought wool in years. You're asking someone to put themselves in a very risky position. Yeah. You decided to buy yarn. Well, if you got this brand and if you got that brand, no, I don't do that. Well, why haven't you got them? Because there isn't anybody in Maryport with them. Well, they wouldn't give me an account because it was too close. Do Stylecraft. Because my office does Stylecraft. Really protected. So they didn't let me have some. That's right. That's I still have the yarn. It's going to be a problem. I'm thinking, why don't you just look at the website? Well, it's We Are on Morning, and who's the ones with. Yeah. Some people just. Hang on a few seconds. Arthur! Arthur! Somebody dared to walk past the house. I mean, it's just so rude of them, isn't it? Stop that! Now he's come to see me to say, aren't I a good boy for shouting at people? Well, yeah. Honestly, you are just so ridiculously unappreciative. Right, so let's catch up with the comments. Oh, Yvonne says, same as every day, stay home, stay safe. So, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of that. Yeah, it doesn't bother us, does it? And I don't know about you, but apart from the fact that I can't see Mike, yeah. And it would be nice to see my parents, but we do Zoom call and we talk on the phone every day, so it's not like it's a big deal. No. Anne's saying in Chicago, no school until September, and that makes perfect sense to me, Anne. Yvonne's saying some stores open, they're working on slowly making at least homeschool possible with digital or home learning for the rest. And they'll go with 1 to 2 years per day at school, learning in small group, mandatory wearing of masks.
Right.
This sounds like a very sensible and phased approach.
Yeah. I don't think our schools will be open until September, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh, Troy can hear Arthur.
Yeah. He's very naughty. I'm very sorry. He's very loud and rude.
What we were saying. So.
Yeah, it's because he's very naughty.
Yeah, she missed some friends and Andy, of course. Well, that makes perfect sense, yeah.
Only some of her friends.
Well, she's seeing us every day. More or less, aren't you?
I only miss some of my friends as well. I'm joking.
It did make me laugh today. I put a comment on the Ravelry group,
right,
on the after party about Captain Tom now being a colonel, and a part of me wants him to be Major Tom.
Oh, I keep wanting to say Major Tom.
Well, Mary, did you see the reply that Mary was?
I haven't been on Ravelry, but I saw that you'd put it on Facebook.
Yeah, for anyone that didn't see it, I just thought this was genius.
It is genius.
Where's Major Tom? I seem to have shared quite a few posts today. And did you see my meme?
Which one?
Oh, the Rogue One, Star Wars. So, ground control to Major Tom, ground control to Major Tom. Get your walker out and put your best shoes on.
Oh, he's just so lovely, isn't he? I mean, he made over £1 million in today alone, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, I did a donation this morning. I'm sure lots of other people will.
I did mine last week. And also, a lot of people will have just got paid as well.
Yeah, have you seen Rogue One?
Oh, many moons ago. I didn't enjoy it as much as some of the others.
Well, it's not that old a film.
Well, you know, I've been asleep since then.
I went with I am one with the yarn. The yarn is with me.
Yeah, I think I did see that, but
And the strongest stars have hearts of fibre.
Who is that person in the pictures?
Chirrut.
Who's that?
He's a Jedi.
Is he?
Yeah, and he's blind. He's blind.
Right.
He's only in Rogue One.
For being a Jedi, that's not a problem though, because you feel the Force, don't you?
Yes, and he's
blindfold Luke anyway.
He's with him.
Yeah.
I'm not one with the yarn, although clearly not tonight when it comes to me crochet.
You are just having issues with it tonight, aren't you? What's going on now?
Just having me on. I'm going to grab the bag with my Dune blanket because I can do that while I'm waffling.
Right, so you don't have to concentrate so much.
No, other than making sure I follow the colour sequence. So I've just done the vote of mocha. So I went camel and stone.
Camel and stone.
Yeah.
All right, are you ready? I'm gonna give you a gift.
Go on.
I mean, that was up for like 1 second.
Yeah, you do have to really concentrate.
What's your favourite one?
Oh, I do love that. They're not social distancing though.
They aren't, but they're sheep. They just follow each other anyway, don't they? I don't think sheep would ever be able to social distance.
No, possibly not.
They just don't know how to do it.
Yeah, I've got the right colour. Make sure I've got the right colour before I join.
Arthur's laid down now after that barking fit.
Well,
and he was all the way downstairs as well. He's so loud.
You know, it's his job.
That's what he thinks. And he does come and say, look, Mum, didn't I do a good job? I shouted at lots of people for you. Do you think he realises that I don't like people?
Possibly.
Yeah.
He'll certainly register that, I would think.
You know, it's our favourite saying in our house. Too much peopling. No peopling allowed. And bedknobs and broomsticks.
Absolutely. I did enjoy watching that again.
Oh, I do love that movie. Yeah.
It's nice sounds.
I like all those Disney ones, the old ones where it was half people and half cartoons. They were just brilliant. Pete's Dragon.
Oh, that's brilliant. That is so funny.
Makes me cry.
The new one.
I haven't watched the new one.
I watched about 20 minutes of it.
I just don't want to watch it, I don't think. I just want to stick with the original.
Carl Urban's in it, which made me think, oh, I could probably put up with it.
But no.
No.
Although I did like all the new ones that they've just released, you know, the new version of The Lion King and Aladdin. I think they did them really, really well. I was looking forward to Mulan, but I don't know what's happening with that now.
I didn't enjoy the new Jungle Book.
I haven't watched that one, to be honest.
I have to say it was a triumph. It was beautiful, fabulous animation and almost seamless.
Yeah.
Incredibly well done, but given that the orangutan, King Louis, was sort of the size of my house,
right.
I don't know what was going on with that, and voiced by Bill Murray. I'm sorry, I'm just not buying into it. You cannot beat the original with Phil Harris.
Yeah.
And is it Scatman Crothers who does King Louis?
I can't really remember. It's been a long time since I've seen the original Jungle Book.
And I like some of the songs from the Aristocats.
Do you know what? I actually went to see that at the cinema when I was little. We are Siamese, if you please. We are Siamese, if you don't please.
Yeah.
I love that song.
Oh, I really
if I was a cat, I would be a Siamese cat, actually.
So I'll probably be O'Malley the alley cat. I don't know.
No, I think I'm definitely a Siamese. I've got ideas above my station that I shouldn't have.
Oh, Yvonne's saying she watched the old Jungle Book recently because she's got Disney Plus. Yeah, Jake and I got it a couple of weeks ago on there. Free trial and have kept it because I've just been binge watching.
I was going to say, what's the consensus about it? Is it worth it? Is it one that you'll keep?
Certainly till the end of the year. I believe on May the 4th, the Last Jedi is going on there, the latest Star Wars film.
Is that the one that was out at Christmas? I went to see it at the cinema on Christmas Eve.
I think so.
Yeah. I enjoyed that. It made me cry. Have you seen it?
I've seen The Rise of Skywalker. I haven't seen this one.
Oh, it was a good one. I won't say anything about it.
Okay. And I enjoyed watching
no spoilers.
More films. I had to have a bit of a break from the spaghetti order because I didn't have access to Spider-Man Homecoming without paying for it.
See, that's the thing that annoys me. You know, don't put it on there at all or put it on there for free. Don't ask people to pay even more money for it.
No, yeah. It just irritates me.
It's the same with, you know, Sky Sports, and you can watch so much football on the normal channels, but then if you want to watch other football matches, you have to pay for a pass. No, I've paid for a sports pass. Just give me the sports. Don't make me pay even more.
No, it's just a con, isn't it?
It is. It's all a con.
Of course, you can put money back on it now, though.
My husband made me laugh this afternoon. He sent me a text. He said, I wasn't happy because Bert had a better Netflix subscription than us, so I've upgraded us to the full one so we can watch 4 screens at once. I was like, but we don't need to watch 4 screens at once.
I had that one. I'm just about to downgrade it because my parents have been using my Netflix account for yonks.
Yeah.
And Jake would be watching it upstairs. And then I couldn't get on, the person that's paying for the bloody thing, and I couldn't get on and watch what I wanted.
It's frustrating.
But they finally, they got an Amazon Fire Stick the other day.
So they're watching Amazon now.
They can watch Amazon Prime, and he's added their own Netflix account.
Right.
Oh, so Yvonne's gone for a year and definitely get the money's worth. Oh, completely, yeah. I mean, I feel like I've watched it constantly.
So can you buy a year in one block? Or is it still a monthly payment? Or
I went with the monthly payment, but yeah, I think you can.
Like Amazon Prime is a one-off payment, can't it? I think that's the way that we do it. One-off payment of, I think, is it £89 a year or something for Amazon Prime?
I don't know. I just pay mine monthly.
I think we pay ours yearly.
And then if I get fed up with him, I can just cancel him.
Right. Phil doesn't like monthly payments. He doesn't pay for anything monthly.
No, Mike doesn't, but then Mike doesn't actually like to have to pay for any of this stuff. He just likes to have access to mine.
Well, you know, that sounds fair. In fact, actually, I think I'm going to cancel all mine and I'm just going to demand it off you.
Okay. Yeah.
Does that sound fair?
Join the queue.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I'm just going to put this here because it's, you know.
He goes on about, oh, you don't need Sky, you don't need this, you don't need that. 90% of what's recorded on my Skybox is stuff he's set up to record. And then
he leaves it choking up your memory.
Yeah.
I need to have a word.
I keep having to rebuild the planner and it fails to record and stuff like that. And I'm going to have to bite the bullet and erase the hard drive and reset it. But I don't want to do that because I'll lose all those recordings. And some of them, I mean, there's the Harry Potter films and stuff that are for my benefit. Because every now and then I'll have a Harry Potter weekend. And
I like Harry Potter.
Somewhere to find them. And I honestly think it's a superior film to the Harry Potter films.
It's because of Alan Rickman. I mean, you can't beat any movie that's got Alan Rickman in it. I'm sorry.
No. Oh, so yeah, if I'm saying monthly or a one-off for the full year, it was cheaper, and she shares it with a. So there's 3 of them watching, and €70 for the full year. Yeah, I mean it was nothing really.
Yeah, when you think about it, especially at the moment when everyone's stuck. Did you see there was a thing on the news about Netflix having increased their subscribers by goodness knows how many in the last few weeks?
Well, I can understand that because people want different stuff to watch, don't they?
And especially as most of these platforms, you get a month free trial anyway, don't you?
You do.
That's what I said to my brother. I said, you know, you've got Amazon, you've got Netflix, you've got BritBox, you've got Disney Plus. You could rotate and have a free month of each one of them, and you've got 4 months worth of free TV there. And then at the end of it, decide which one you like the best.
Really good. And I keep saying that I'm going to do that and get rid of Sky, and then there's something they want to watch on it and record it. And I did quite enjoy Avenue 5 with you, Laurie, on there.
Yeah.
A Cobra thing about an electrical disaster in the UK with Robert, what's his name? Hamish Macbeth. Robert Carlyle.
Oh, I love Robert Carlyle.
He was the Prime Minister.
Oh. Did you watch Chernobyl?
Yes.
Was it good?
It was excellent.
I wanted to watch that, but I don't have, what do you call it?
You don't have
Sky.
I watched Chernobyl. I sobbed my heart out.
You could get it on DVD. I nearly bought it for my dad for his birthday.
And of course, I remember living through that time period, and
I vaguely remember it. It was in the 80s at some point, wasn't it?
it was.
I can't remember what. Do you know when?
And the warning came on the telly that said, "You know that rain yesterday? It was radioactive. Try not to go out in it."
Oh, it's a bit late now.
Much like the pandemic, I have to say.
See, that'd be no good for me because, do you know, at the moment I pray for rain, and I quite like going out and walking in the rain because it keeps everybody else indoors. So I would purposefully go out in it, thinking that everyone else isn't going to be out in it. So I'd be in the radioactive rain, wouldn't I?
Yeah, it wasn't pleasant, and there were a number of stillbirths and dead babies and things like that.
But wasn't it all delayed? It wasn't immediate.
Well,
so if you went out in the radioactive rain, it didn't, melt your skin immediately as soon as it touched it, wasn't it? A delayed thing.
Here, no, but in other countries it was quite dangerous. Yeah.
Was it? Right.
Yeah, there was a lot of crops and things like that you weren't to eat, and like Yvonne says, you weren't allowed to go out and eat mushrooms and things like that you could forage, because obviously it had been outdoors and wasn't cleaned and so on. It wasn't pleasant, but I have to say I thought the drama was extremely well done, very well acted. They tried to be sensitive to kind of the real victims.
Right.
And the heroes of it, the firefighters and the miners, all the people on crap money and completely unappreciated. Is this sounding familiar?
This sounds like, yeah.
So,
I mean, I don't know what was the death toll. It must have been huge.
Do you know, it would have been in the millions had it not been for the Russian miners. Oh, actually, it wasn't Ukrainian miners.
Yeah.
Who basically knew that they were going to die. Or at least have a, lingering horrible health conditions, and yeah, not good.
Lots of cancers and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, if you get a chance to watch it, I would absolutely recommend it. It was extremely well done. But yeah, I was in a bit of a funk after it for a couple of days, feeling quite bad, and it kind of brought it all back.
It's a good program when it stays with you for a while, don't you?
Yeah, and I watched it again a second time, and I enjoyed it again because I think I saw more the second time. I was a bit raw with emotion the first one. And most of the first time I watched it, I was just plain angry.
Right.
At the stupid decisions that people make to protect their own reputation, and just the blatant lying, and yeah, it's just not good. It wasn't pleasant.
I do vaguely remember it, but I think I must have been quite young.
Right.
So I will have known that it was going on, but not necessarily understood the ramifications of it.
Yeah.
Oh, what colour is that one? Is that like a caramelly colour?
That's camel.
Camel. Only a couple of extra letters. Caramel, camel.
I've drank similar colour. Camel liqueur, so.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's that.
I'm still eating chocolate. I shouldn't eat chocolate.
Why?
Because I've put so much weight on. I am never getting back in my jeans when I leave the house.
I've been wearing my jeans.
Well, I'm wearing my black jeans, which were size 12, which is fine. And I can fit in them, but I'm never getting in my 10s.
Of course you are. It just might take a little while. Bit of effort.
I'm going to have to stay in lockdown a month longer than everyone else just to try and lose the weight so I can get in my jeans.
Yeah, well, I think the new normal now is It's joggers, isn't it? And leggings and
yoga pants
and comfies and whatnot.
Yeah,
I'm tempted to venture out in my Mr. Men and Little Mrs. Ticky Boo leggings if I didn't
why not?
have like a severely overstuffed sausage in it with lumps and bumps all over.
I love my ticky boos.
Once I've toned up a bit, I might.
I was wearing my ticky boo shorts on the treadmill this morning.
Yeah, I don't wear them in public. I wear them when I'm working out at home. Or
Yeah.
them out when I used to go out super early for me walk in the dark. Or Yvonne says she hasn't been a size 10 since her teenage years. I think I was into my 20s, but yeah, it seems a distant memory, certainly.
Yvonne, I was never, ever in a size 10. I have never fit in a size 10 until this year. First time ever. It didn't last very long.
But you've had to give up, like, every food, anything remotely good.
I know, it is a bit depressing, but it's fine. I'd rather give it up and feel better, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than your stomach cramping and feeling like you've got a head fog and stuff. It's just not good.
It's not nice, is it? Now, somebody said, and I don't know how true this is, that after the clap tonight, we're supposed to sing happy birthday to
Captain
Tom, and that before it, we're supposed to do a 2-minute silence for key workers. So, I don't know.
I've not heard that.
I've seen it on a couple of posts on Facebook, but I've not seen it sort of widely distributed.
Depends if people do it, I suppose, doesn't it? It's weird because sometimes I've gone out and everybody's already mid-clap.
Yeah.
And then other times, like last week I went out and I was the first one there and there was nobody out.
Yeah. Yeah, Yvonne, she doesn't think she would be able to get to a 10 without being underweight in general because of having broad hips. Yeah, I kind of know the feeling with that one. I can get to a size 10 upper body and a size 8 on my waist if I really make the effort, but I'm not sure I could get into size 10 trousers again.
I've always been one size bigger on top than on the bottom because, you know,
I think
boobage.
To that. No.
A lot of boobage.
No, I never really had much of that.
No.
Well, I spent my pregnant and afterwards feeding.
My sister always said that I got her share.
My mum's got next to no boobs either.
Right.
But my granny Reed, her mother, had a massive pair of knockers. I do not know where they went, but they didn't come to us.
She kept them. She didn't share.
She didn't share them at all.
Shocking.
So I remember dressing her to go to the home. She had very bad dementia and she was having to go into, well, a facility, psychiatric facility.
Right.
Because she kept escaping from the home and running onto the motorway.
Oh, that's not safe.
Yes, she was always running away from someone and we never found out who or what. But
someone real or someone in her mind?
Who knows? She would never tell.
Right.
Never tell.
Okay.
But yeah, I remember dressing her and looking at my mother and saying, where did she get those tits? Because we haven't got them. She just burst out laughing. She went, no, I always wanted them.
Caitlin's got big boobs like me, bless her. Do you know what? Do you know the advert that's on the telly for tenor ladies with the young lass who's had the baby? And she says, oh, there's things that they didn't tell me about having a baby. And then she goes, bigger boobs, the best, like this. And I always answer her and I said, they're not that great, you know. They just get in the way.
Yeah.
You don't want bigger boobs.
I certainly didn't want them when I had them. They were totally in the way. I would like them to lift up and be where I left them.
Well, yeah, it would be quite nice if you didn't take your bra off and they disappeared down goodness knows where.
Slide off into my armpit.
Do the clap when you roll over.
Yeah, a slap almost.
They're not great for when you're trying to run and stuff like that.
No, they have to be battened down. I've got proper running fitness for that. which I do wear for my workouts, and then I put my lift and separate bra on.
I've got a shock absorber.
I don't know which one's mine now. Andrea recommended them.
Right.
I don't know. I can't remember. I'll find out for tomorrow if anyone's genuinely interested.
I went 0.2 of a mile further in the same time today than I did on Tuesday on the treadmill.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm obviously getting a bit better on there, getting a bit used to it. It's very different running on a treadmill than running out on the road.
It is.
I don't like it. You get too distracted. You find yourself looking at the numbers and counting it, and it's like, oh my God, I've still got 20 minutes to go. And then you say to yourself, don't look at the time, look out the window, distract yourself. You can't help it. You just end up looking down at the clock constantly.
See, I didn't have that problem because my treadmill in front of the telly.
See,
so I would put something on the telly.
Yeah.
And cover over with a towel and my water bottle and stuff, all of the controlling stuff. So I ran until the alarm thing went off.
See, I could put my iPad on, but I like to listen to my music when I run. I don't know, maybe I'll give it a try next week. Because it's treasure hunt at the weekend, isn't it? So I'll have to go out.
Oh, yeah, this thing of, like, you had to look for a king and a...
Yeah. Juice King Ladder, it was this weekend.
Right.
So, MNO, it will be this weekend coming.
Okay. So who sets those?
Vicky B.
Oh, right, okay.
So she decides what we're going to get. And I like to try and get them. She puts them on a Friday, but I don't tend to run on a Friday. I like to have a Friday as a rest day.
Right, I'm with you.
So she puts them out. So you got Friday, Saturday, Sunday to get them. And I like to try and get them on a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Because you do run for a bit and then stop because you're taking a photo, and then run a bit longer and stop and take a photo. So I try and do like a longer run. Yeah. That I don't mind interrupting. And then I keep saying to myself, I'll go out on Sunday and do a proper 5K and see how fast I can do it and just try and push myself. But then I get to Sunday morning and I go, I can't be bothered to run today.
Can't be bothered.
Yeah.
You're bothered.
I'm not bothered though. But look at my face. But is my face bothered? I'm not bothered.
No.
And 1 week I did save one of them to go and get on a Sunday, and that made me go out. But then that doesn't help because then you're still stopping and taking photos.
Yeah.
So I do love the challenge because it makes me go out. I mean, a couple of times on a Saturday I wouldn't have even gone out if I didn't have it.
Right.
I know for a fact I wouldn't have gone out. We'll just see. I mean, like I say, this morning I got up and went on the treadmill without too much shouting at myself. So maybe I'm getting my mojo back a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, I think you go through like...
Happily went on to yesterday's workout from the challenge thing.
Yeah.
And briefly watched it to decide, am I going to do that one or am I going to do one of the other ones?
Yeah.
And I'd already had my breakfast and my one coffee of the day and done that sort of stuff. I thought, right, I'm going to do this now because if I don't, it's never going to happen. And I did that.
Yeah.
And then I stuck on a walking workout and did an indoor walk.
Cool.
But I did that. I jogged quite a bit of it, you know, up and down the living room. And I seemed to be able to jog for longer than I could when I was trying to do that awful 5K thing, you know, where you jog 30 seconds of running, 2 minutes of walking, and then within 2 weeks they want you to do 3 minutes of running.
Yeah, and then suddenly you're doing 15 minutes of running.
Yeah, and I just could never get to that stage, and I hated it.
I don't like the couch 5K.
So I thought I'm going to do these walking workouts, and when she's just walking, as opposed to some of the other moves that she does for different exercises. I'll follow those, but when she just does the walking, I'm going to jog on the spot or jog up and down the living room.
Yeah.
So I did 35 minutes of sort of activity with the body weight training and stuff. I know it didn't count that, did it? No, it didn't. It didn't register it as activity. But I managed to do 16 minutes today at peak heart rate.
Brilliant. That's really good.
Generally,
yeah,
up there. You know, I'll be at the top end cardio, but not at peak. So I think for me, I've got to do that more or less, well, not straight after breakfast, but very soon after, before I get into anything else.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether to do, because obviously I've got to take them to our early doors. But when I come back, I think I might do a walking workout tomorrow, and then have a look at the other workouts for the challenge and see if there's something that won't be too bad on my legs.
Yeah.
That will be a bit resty on the legs.
I like to do mine on an empty stomach. I do mine first thing before I have my breakfast.
Yeah, I much prefer to do it that way, but I've sort of stuffed my porridge down my neck this morning and then thought,
I should have done my exercise.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes when I used to go to parkrun, I'd be up at 5:30 or something and go goodness knows where, do parkrun, have coffee, come home, and I wouldn't actually eat anything. I would drink coffee and I'd drink water, but I wouldn't eat a thing until about 1-2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right.
And that's probably why I'm putting weight on now, I think. So I'm just eating. Got nothing to do, have I?
Whereas without actually realising what you've been doing is intermittent fasting.
Basically, yeah. But I would do that every day as well. You know, if I went to work, I'd go out, I'd walk the dog, come home, get ready, go to work, start work at sort of 9:30. And I wouldn't eat until maybe 11, 12. I'd get the bulk of my work out of the way. And then I'd sit, because I was on the phone a lot, so you can't eat, can you?
No.
So to get all my phone calls done and out of the way, and then when I was doing computer work, I'd sit and nibble on some grapes or something. But again, so I would go a good 16 hours minimum without having anything to eat. Which is the intermittent fasting thing, isn't it, really?
It is, absolutely. It doesn't work for me.
It doesn't work for everyone.
I think it's because I'm at that stage on menopause that fasting isn't necessarily the right thing for me to do, because my body goes into starvation mode and says,
right,
hang on to it.
Whereas for me, it does work, because once I start eating, I can't stop. I just go, what can I eat now?
Why am I about to WhatsApp you to say come downstairs to clap? Don't
WhatsApp me. No. You need to WhatsApp the person in the house, the teenager. You need to tell him, clappy McClapface. I need a wee as well. I always need to go to the little girl's room.
Clappy McClapface. That's what I said.
Does he come out every week with you? Did he come out last week?
Does, but he does like a handful of claps when he wants to be in.
Oh, bless him. My two don't come out.
Sort of judge the mood as to how people are on the street and how much time they seem to be putting into it, and are they rushing back in, or are they going to do another minute more? And most of them seem to want to do a couple of minutes. And I think
we did used to have fireworks. We didn't have any last week.
Well, it's probably a good thing. It's not great for lammies or whatever, is it?
Not really, and it's not good for the environment, really.
No.
I've got my sign.
Okay.
Where shall I put my sign? Polite answers only. Doobie-doo. Although you could put our video on, your video on while we go out. Do you think that would work? Thursday clap for
Would
Karen.
that be better than watching an empty chair?
That is so funny.
I don't know if I can put it on a loop or not, but stop it.
Were your doggies snoring earlier?
They were snoring earlier, and one
I
of
thought
them
I heard them.
at my feet because she wants to go to sleep on my foot.
Oh.
We call it motion detect mode because obviously if I move, she knows straight away. God, she's on my foot.
Where are you going?
Reach to get my cup even. She's there.
You getting food?
Yeah.
Can I eat some of that?
Is that a packet of crisps you've got?
Yeah. Are you going to share?
Is it? Yeah, we should to know better. I don't share.
I like that. Give me. That's what happens, isn't it? That's what he's like.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's good enough time for me to go to the little girls' room and then go and clap for our carers and be back. What do you think?
Okay. Shall we share the screen and show the slideshow thing again?
Yeah, I think so. Definitely. I'm going to mute my microphone just in case the dog barks.
No.
All right. So I'll see you in a bit.
Yeah, I don't know if I can put this on a loop.
Oh. Yay. That works.
Pam, let me see. Oh, yeah. I don't know if there's a silence before I'm because we're calling too much. That's the only reason why it wouldn't be socially acceptable. And it might give us something to look forward to. Stop sharing. Oh yeah. I'll get some more next time I go. Well, I'm back. We're just waiting for Emma now. I thought there would be more people outside clapping. Some of the families with children had children up at the front windows, and there was a little baby in a house opposite. I think it might be her grandchild that she looks after. And that was up at the window, waving at everybody, which was quite nice. So, oh, did you hear us? Yeah, I forgot I'd left the microphone thing on. Yeah. I do try and keep going with the pans, and I think it's a bit competitive in the village, that the different parts of the village want to beat one another with the amount of noise they can make, which I think is rather funny, but you know, c'est la vie. Back to the crochet. So I've got stone next. Where have I put it? Am I sat on it? Oh no, it's on the floor. I have to go and grab it. My God, it's stitched. That was naughty of it, wasn't it? It was naughty. Not meant to be. Come on. So, got the stone now. So that. I'm all hot and bothered now. It was quite chilly earlier. I don't know.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm back.
Is it you?
Is it I? It is I, Herr Flick.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it is I, Leclerc before you.
Oh, well, nobody did any minute silence. They were already going for it when I went out, and nobody sang happy birthday. They all disappeared on quite quickly.
And it was a bit of a poor show. They made lots of noise, but there were less and less people every week. I
think there were less and less people every week.
I think they're getting desensitised to all this death.
I think everything is desensitised at the moment. They're all starting to go out more. They're all just sick of it. It's not a novelty anymore, and I don't know what other word to use. Because that's what it all was at the beginning. The whole social distancing, the whole isolating at home, you know, clapping for carers, everything was a novelty, and now it's happening all the time, and people are just like, yeah, whatever.
We've pretty much been social distancing for weeks, haven't we, Jake? Because we'd been ill in February.
So
well, we just like our own company. Yeah, but you know, yeah, you're saying we're so antisocial. But
I'm the same. I'm quite happy to stay at home and, you know, not see anyone, but a lot of other people don't like to live like that.
Well, don't get me wrong, if a weekend or something, if you've got the opportunity to go to see Rosie at university or something like that, then generally speaking, that's where he'd be, and he'd be out having fun. But if he's there for 2 or 3 nights before he comes home, then they're not out every night.
No.
They'll have a couple of nights in. They may go out one evening, but they're not out all the time. And the pair of them seem quite content with their own company and doing their own thing. And they've got a board game at her parents'. Is it Carcassonne?
Oh, I like Carcassonne. It's quite a good game.
I've never played it. Apparently Jake is ruthless and nearly always wins.
I've actually been to Carcassonne, and it is a beautiful city. I would love to live there.
Mike used to live there at Blagnac, just outside Carcassonne.
Oh, it is gorgeous.
Yeah, been.
It's lovely, isn't it?
It is stunning. The old walled city is fabulous.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the estates around it are a bit bratty, to be honest.
I suppose, yeah. But I do love France. I would live in France.
He loved it.
My husband doesn't like France.
Bureaucratic place he's ever lived. He said the paperwork, just to fart, was a nightmare. But yeah, he really enjoyed it there. And he's sort of fluent in French. I mean, he struggles to pick it up now. But we would go anywhere and he would instantly launch into French. But his French is like Arthur Bostrom, in that he pronounces it in the way that you would in English.
Right,
and
okay.
You see the French person going like with every sentence, but they're so impressed at his vocabulary and the fact that, you know, they'll say, oh, ne pas de problème, and stuff like that. It's the way that he answers them. It sounds local.
Right.
He was immersed in it and he had to learn the language really quickly. And I remember when he worked for the telecoms company, had to go to a meeting with a load of French bankers, and none of them spoke any English, and they didn't have any other languages in common. So he had to do this whole meeting on his own with them in French. And he said at the end of it, he thought his head was going to explode. But he's very competent. It just sounds awful. You know, it's got that I've lived away from Newcastle for years hint of a Geordie accent mixed with the bad French. And I honestly feel for the French person on the receiving end of it, because even I cringe.
I found whenever I've gone to France, and maybe this is a bad generalisation, but do you know, if you get somebody come to the UK and they're trying to speak English and they're not quite saying the right thing, and you try and understand what they're saying and you try and suggest things, don't you? Yeah, you try and say, oh, do you mean this? Do you mean... When I went to France, I found that if you didn't say the exact right thing in the exact right time, they'd just look at you and give you a weird look.
I did have someone try and rip me off in a pharmacy. I had a blister on my foot and I needed some Compeed.
Yeah.
I wrote down what I wanted in French.
Yeah.
And there was nothing wrong with it. And she just tried to make out that this was rubbish.
Yeah, they do.
Then Mike spoke to her in French, and she realised this guy knows what's going on. And she got me what I wanted. But then, instead of charging me €7.20, she tried to charge me something like €19 and only gave me a small amount of change. And he was heading out the shop, and I just went, oi! Here. And I said, this bitch is trying to rip me off. And she started then, she looked at me, and I said, look at the receipt and look at the change.
Yeah.
And in the end, he shouted for the manager, who came out and gave her a right dressing down. I thought, you cheeky cow.
Yeah.
Because she thought I wasn't going to say anything.
Well, she thought you probably wouldn't notice. And I do find that it's quite funny. The last time we went to France, we went as a family, the 4 of us. And I was the only one that speaks any French. Well, I mean, that happened before when I was growing up. We used to go to a gîte with my mum and dad. And I was the only one that spoke any French. I did A-level French. And it's always down to you. We were at this restaurant looking at this menu. And this guy comes along and he's like, oh, are you gonna go in French? He's saying, are you going in? And I was like, oh yeah. And I said, c'est bon, is it good? And then he launched into something. He was like, and I was like, okay, no clue what you're saying. You've lost me. Yeah, funny. I do like France. I would live in France. They have nice wine.
I really like it over there.
I do.
I
like it's a slower pace of life, which I like. It suits me. I like the food.
Oh, it's lovely. I just really, really like
it. The countryside is just beautiful.
Well, it's very like the Lake District in lots of respects. It's just got a damn sight nicer weather.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. Well, I mean, even down, if you go to the north of France, it's like the south of England.
And Paul Rennie, which, you know, for £1.
Yeah.
I could just live on that stuff.
I don't know if I could live on it.
Well, probably eat some cheese and maybe some.
Do you think they do French bread that's gluten-free?
I don't know. Interestingly enough, I do not get any allergic reactions to gluten products in Italy.
That is definitely interesting. I wonder what they do differently.
Mike says it's the preservatives that I'm allergic to rather than the gluten. Says it's the, in his words, the shit they put in the flour that I'm allergic to.
I mean, to be fair, yes, because in the UK, we expect a loaf of bread to last a week, whereas in France and Italy and places like that, they buy their bread every single day, don't they?
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Because the flour hasn't got the preservatives in it that it has here.
And I would be interested to see the rates of people that have issues with gluten on the continent compared with the UK.
Yeah, I don't have any problems in France unless I have too much highly refined flour. So lots of croissants and stuff I could get away with once or twice a week, but not every day.
I wonder if that would be the same for me.
But we have pizza and things like that every
Yeah, it all adds up. It's like an accumulative effect, isn't it?
In Italy, and I have no problems at all. Now, my auntie did say that I was in the first flush of love, and that it was all the sex and the endorphins that had stopped the allergic reactions. But I've been back since. Well, we snarled at one another and stuff like that,
and it was still all right.
Still the same.
I think you could be onto something there, because my doctor is insistent that I don't have any food issues. Yeah, I could show you, you know, my stomach would be flat and I'll eat something and it'll come out like I'm not even 9 months pregnant, like 16 months pregnant, and it is griping and I'm in pain and I can't move for it. I could show you that the reaction is immediate, yet the doctor is insistent that I don't have any issues, because the tests show that I don't have any issues.
Yeah, they show that I have an intolerance to when they give me food with gluten, but on the actual prick test, using that expression, where they do pricks on your arm, I didn't react.
Yeah, this is my problem. They do all the tests on you and they go, no, it's fine, there's nothing.
And I reacted to dogs, but not cats. But actually, when I've had cats, I've had more of an allergy to cats than I have to dogs. My reactions to cats.
Do you think it could be long hair rather than short hair of either animal?
I don't know. I think with these two, they're just mucky, disgusting and filthy. And I think it's that I react to.
I think I have an issue with Arthur, because he's the longest haired dog that I've ever had.
Finish this bit. So I'll just join the.
What colour?
Stone. Can you see it?
Yeah, just about see it there on top of the camel. You put a stone on top of the camel, that poor camel.
I know. It'll be the stone that broke the camel's back.
It will, not the straw.
Could be that.
It could be straw.
So how many hours is it going to take us tomorrow to award these prizes?
I don't know. We'll have to get together before we go live, won't we? Because I'm going to have to go off at 4:30 to go to the chemist before it shuts at 5. Like that. You deserve a prize. Excellent. You're having fun now, aren't you?
Might be. Just playing.
You need what's his name? Good game, good game.
Oh, Brucey. The Brucey bonus. Yes.
Oh, he was a good man. I liked him. I haven't seen Sanditon. Did you watch that? Was that any good?
What, sorry?
Sanditon.
No. Sanditon.
Sanditon, the one that's Jane Austen that she didn't finish.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
No, me neither.
Didn't like the look of it.
Well, wasn't it on at Christmas? I don't get to watch anything I want to watch at Christmas. My husband controls the telly, and it's usually darts. We have to watch the darts at Christmas.
Right.
It's a bit of a tradition, actually. All 4 of us like to watch the darts.
Okay.
It's strangely addictive. It's one of those things that you say, oh, the darts is on, and everyone's like, the darts. But actually, if you put it on, you do get into it.
Okay.
And we sit there and we're like, 180.
Well, I used to play darts. Not that I was ever any good.
And you get to know the guy's songs, and it's like, oh, what was that one? The guy that was really popular, the Dutch guy, Van someone or other.
Morrison.
No, not Van. No, not Van Morrison.
Rama.
No.
Van Hire. Rose.
I can't remember his name, but he had that was his song.
Volk or somebody like that.
It's Seven Nation Army, isn't it? But what was he called? Oh, Van Goren, something like that.
Oh, Yvonne says she's an inch and a half into the sweater. The pattern's so easy to knit and she loves it.
Oh, excellent.
So is this a summer one, Yvonne? Is this something you're going to wear in the summer? Is it sort of a short sleeve or whatever?
I've never found a short-sleeved summer jumper that I've taken to, really. But then again, I don't really wear many of my knits anyway, to be honest.
Don't you?
No. I wear some of my accessories. Hats, I've got loads of hats that I love and I wear, and I would alternate them every day when I was going into work. Cowls and scarves I will wear. All my jumpers ended up too big last year, if you remember rightly.
Yeah, I think you're knitting for an elephant.
Well, it wasn't just that. Like, I would measure myself and I would make the size that fitted me, but by the time I'd finished it, I'd lost more weight and it didn't fit me anymore.
Are you sure you're not measuring yourself while standing next to like a lamppost or something?
I don't know what was going on. Well, I was losing weight quite rapidly at one point, to be fair.
What is the secret? Having nothing good on your
just plate. Literally eating egg and chips. I lived at one point on egg and chips and porridge with maybe some grapes, and that would be it. I would eat nothing in the morning, egg and chips at lunchtime, some grapes in the afternoon, porridge in the evening, and that was literally all I would eat for weeks on end because I was scared to add anything else in. I know. So anyway, I'm well on my way back up the scales now. I've put on a good 3 kilos since we've been in this situation.
Well, no.
It's a good job I've got my treadmill, because otherwise I think I'd have put about 6 on.
Yeah, treadmills do have their uses.
Yeah.
Fun.
So what are your plans for tomorrow?
I'll probably be trying to figure out who we give those prizes to.
Apart from that,
I need to do some more pattern writing.
I need to do some of
Oh,
that.
right. Yvonne's put a link.
Oh, cool. Ripple crop top.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to say that quickly.
Ripple crop top. Especially after a few glasses of wine.
Yeah, quite like that. It looks nice on her.
Can you share it?
I can. Let me full screen the image. Oh, yeah. Right. Share screen file. There we go. So can you see that?
Oh yeah, that's really nice, isn't it?
Yeah, the problem I've got with that length is that I've got a big belly that starts under that, so I would have to have kind of a gathery empire line skirt or something.
Right.
Or dress, and then that over the top.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? To
Yeah.
not end up with extra lumps and bumps. But it's
Whose
cute.
house is that? It's gorgeous.
I don't know. It looks really neat, doesn't it? It's obviously
Yeah.
not house.
Is it a case of that one, you know, with the Zoom thing where you can what was that picture where everything's like piled up on the sides?
All right, she's got some trousers with it.
Those pants.
Does look like it.
Yeah. Oh, they're shorts, aren't they?
Oh, she's done one of those choose what you pay things. I don't like that.
I suppose people have the opportunity to pick what they want, don't they? Right?
Yeah, but I always get like upset because I don't know what I should be paying.
Oh, so she's going to make the body longer, which is what I do.
Yeah.
And the pattern is size inclusive. Yeah, it looks like she's got quite a bit of good bust shaping information and things like that in there.
It looks like a lovely top.
And it goes up to 61-inch bust. So yeah, that's good. But I've been doing that since 2012.
Yeah. Definitely. I need to do some patterns. I've got that baby cardigan that needs writing up. I've got this that I've started to write, and I've started to write the dishcloths. They're not dishcloths. The Birchall. Yeah. I've started those, but they need working on. But do you know what? I didn't do a thing today, and I also need to write a newsletter.
Right.
So I've got loads to do, but do you know, I just decided to take the day off today. I think sometimes it does you good, doesn't it?
Well, I think as part of my sort of mental well-being plan, I've got on the list to do something I want to do every day.
What did you do today that you wanted to do?
What did I do today that I wanted to do? I wanted to do my workout.
And you did?
I wanted to do something that was physically challenging and would help build muscle.
And you did?
Which will speed up my metabolism and that would make me feel better. So yeah, I did that. I wanted to get some stuff out of the way, so it was bin day. So I did a sign for the bin with love hearts and thank you key workers and stuff like that, and sellotaped it to the top of the bin and got all of like the trash that's sort of sitting around the lounge waiting to go to the bin, but that can't necessarily go in the bin until bin day, and emptied the kitchen bin and washed that out with bleach and those sorts, because I don't like putting a bin bag in straight after. I like to clean it, and then you don't get lingering smells from one dirty bin to the next, do you? So I did those sorts of things and managed to. Jake still hasn't pressure washed the path, so it's quite green and So I open the gate and slide out. Not quite Torvill and Dean. No, at all. More like, whoa!
Oops.
With the bin, hanging on to the bin for dear life. I got the bin out and sorted all of that out, and then brought that in again later and cleaned up after the dogs and had a dust around the living room and sorted a few things out. So yeah, I kind of feel like I've cleared the floor. I made sure there's no dog hair, there's no chewed up bits of duvet, because they'll pull their bed to bits.
Mm.
We hide it behind stuff, and I'm getting the hoover out, and all of a sudden it's clogged with bits of duvet that somebody's chewed and then hidden so they don't get torn off.
Oops.
Yeah. So I feel like I've achieved something with that, and I've made a note to myself to spend 10 minutes a day just picking up stuff and putting it away. So laundry went upstairs, towels went upstairs that were clean. I sorted out a load of paperwork into a box of paperwork that needs attention, and I'll do that within the next week.
Right.
And organise some stuff for my accounts and things like that. So I kind of feel like I got stuff out of the way that I've been procrastinating on.
Well, that's good. But that's not really what you want to do, is it?
Well, my workout was.
You work out. See, I wouldn't put that down as what I want to do. It's what I feel I should be doing.
No, I wanted to do it because it will make me healthier in the long run. So it was something for me.
I suppose it is.
That it felt like that when I was doing the squats and the raises with the weights and things like that. And I'm thinking,
yeah.
And he's going, if you need to put your weights down, put your weights down. I love it when you rest, is what he says when you... this girl, what's she called? Tara, and he's called Gary. The
right.
two people that are doing the workout, and Jade is sort of talking over the top and modify doing this. You know, make it easier doing that. If you want to make it harder, do this. If you want to add weights, use them this way. I'm talking about keeping your form correct and things like that, and praising them when they rest. But these people have exercised every single day on these quite punishing workouts, and they're only 18 minutes, but my God, you are dripping in sweat at the end of it.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to work as hard as you can until you can't, and then you stop and you start again. And he doesn't care if you do 2 minutes of an 18-minute workout or you do 18 minutes. It doesn't matter.
Because eventually you'll work up to 18 minutes.
Yeah, and the thing is that if you're less fit, you'll actually be burning more calories than they will, even when you're resting, because your body's working harder.
Yeah.
It's not recovering as quickly. So it was quite interesting watching that, but I mean, they were dripping in sweat as well at the end of it. And this girl was very slim and lithe, and she does long distance running as well as working for them in one of the fitness studio things that they have, and she's in all the videos that they do. And she usually does the tough stuff,
right,
with the heaviest weights and the hardest modifications and things like that. But she's actually looking at, did it start, is it day 13 or something today, or day 11, something like that. And she actually looks like she's lost half a stone.
Wow.
She looks a lot leaner from the first video, but she was lean anyway. And
right.
I worry that because she's exercising every day, and he says, 4 times a week at most, and some people it'll be twice a week. Other people will be able to do it every day because that's them. But you have to work out what's best for you. And I worry that she's overdoing it.
Yeah. Yeah, because rest is just as important.
Oh, rest and recovery and de-stressing. You get to my age and stress is your biggest enemy.
It is, yeah. Well, I was definitely having a decadent day today.
Define decadent.
Well, I did my run, and I played my flute, which is definitely for me. And then I had a nana nap. I mean, how more decadent can you get than a nana nap?
Can I interrupt you 1 second? Helen's in the house.
Yay, Helen! How you doing?
from Hospital.
L'hôpital.
Yeah, how are you
En
doing
français.
today? How are you doing today?
Comment ça va?
She's in for a few more days.
What day are we? Thursday.
Yeah, all day.
All day. Well, it's nearly Friday, isn't it?
Well, not far off.
It's May tomorrow. It's my mother-in-law's birthday tomorrow.
What have you got?
I ordered her a hamper from Marks and Spencer of some chocolates and some biscuits and bits and bobs. Yeah. So hopefully she'll like that.
Sort of treats.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure she'll be pleased that you just thought of her.
Well, I didn't want to get her flowers because everybody gets her flowers, and I thought she'd just have so many.
Mm.
And normally I'd take her out and we'd go, you know, to Marks and Spencer's or something and have a cup of tea and a slice of cake or something. But obviously that's out of the picture at the moment.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, I'll get her that. I haven't been round. Other people are going round. And, you know, like I say, my brother-in-law even took her to Marks and Spencer's for shopping at the weekend, which I don't agree with. But she's not my mum, so...
Can I ask, is she supposed to be shielding for the 12 weeks?
I would have said so. She is, I think she's 85 tomorrow. She's had TB in the past, so she's got breathing difficulties. She's got a hiatus hernia. She's not in the best of health, you know.
Yeah,
but
not be on that vulnerable list.
I don't know if she's on the official vulnerable list, apart from the fact that she's 85.
But yeah, she's at that most vulnerable age group, sure.
Yeah, for definite. I mean, she has to take inhalers and stuff for breathing, so...
Clever, is it?
But what can I do? What can I say? She's not my mum.
Well, it's up to them to sort it out.
Yeah. I can only do what I'm doing. I've made the decision I'm not going to go round. And I ring her and I FaceTime her and I keep in contact that way. But I'm not even going to go and like stand at the gate and shout at her.
No.
Because
well, my neighbour up the road, Auntie Rita, got a bit snotty with me last week because I was heading to take someone there shopping that I picked up. So I've got all this stuff that needs to be in the fridge, and she's wanting a natter at her front door to shout at me, and she's quite deaf. And someone else further down the street is talking to me, and I'm trying to listen to her, and I'm saying, well, just let me sort out with Bernadette, and then I'll talk to you. And, well, I'll just go in if you don't want to talk to me. And I thought, oh, sod it. Do you know, I can't be bothered. And I mean, the thing is, she's got family. There's plenty of people that are looking after her. But I don't want to be anywhere near her and give her potentially any contact that I've had from someone else. I've just been shopping. I haven't washed my hands or done any of that because I hadn't sorted out my own shopping.
Yeah.
I'd lifted it into the house. I'd put hers in, this lady's stuff, into a clean bag. And I'd gone up the road with the same gloves and mask on that I'd been out in earlier.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to get changed and stuff when I got back, but I thought I could be contaminated. And I don't know.
Exactly.
Just
I mean,
I'm unlikely to get it again if I've had it already. Allegedly.
But you don't know.
But we don't know. And the thing is, I don't want to give it to anyone else. I feel that I might have done.
Well, this is the reason why I've made the decision to stay away from my mother-in-law, because if, God forbid, something happened, I want to be able to say it wasn't me. If it was like, oh my God, it could have been me, I'd never be able to live with myself.
Oh, so Helen's saying she feels a little bit better today. Still some inflammation and keeping hydrated. Well, that's good. Fluids will make a big difference.
Oh, that's good.
It's counterintuitive when you've got fluid in your body and it's being a nuisance, but it does help.
Yeah, but your body clings onto the fluid. It's not getting enough, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's why they say you should drink loads of water, because then your body will give up whatever it's retaining. I'm going on the bitter lemon.
I'm retaining chips.
Chips, chocolate.
Chocolate, chips, chocolate.
I'm retaining all food at the moment, to be honest. Peanuts. I went mad for, I bought myself, and I shouldn't have bought them. I know I shouldn't have bought them. Honey roasted peanuts and cashew nuts. A whole packet of them gone. What's that about?
Well, they are a healthy extra B on Slimming World.
Not the honey roasted, I should imagine.
No, you'd have to sing the honey roasted. But no.
I really, really shouldn't have eaten as many of those as I did.
So just see if I is that too bright?
Ah! And the Lord said, "Let there be light."
Oh yeah, that's a bit much, isn't it? That was a bit scary. Sorry about that.
That's funny.
But
it's really my bedtime anyway, you know. It's 20 to 9.
I know. I know.
And it's getting dark.
I know. I'm going to have to finish my row on my crochet.
And you'll have to flash. Shall I flash my blanket?
Yeah, let's have a look at how far you've got.
Hang on. Hang on.
Well, Helen says the dietitian would love you.
Who? You or me?
I think you.
Maybe. Me? Why?
With the honey roasted nuts and wine.
There we go. How's that?
It's beautiful.
It is. Look, I think it's going to be all right in the end, actually, because I've got this much wool. I've still got quite a bit. And I'm just going to keep going until I've got none left. And I think it will be long enough. I don't think it will go right round the baby's head at the back, but it's fine. I mean, you don't have to put a baby in a blanket with it round its head, do you?
Well, generally they have little hats on.
Yeah, so it'll be fine.
So they're teeny weeny hats.
Teeny weeny hats.
Yeah.
If I had any wool, I would make a teeny weeny hat. But I haven't got any in that colour.
Magenta.
Magenta. Got any magenta, love? I've got Empire.
Oh, thank you, Rita. Rita says lovely blanket. Yeah, I'm really enjoying making it. It's such a simple seashell pattern. It's quite relaxing to do, and I don't really have to think about it in the same way that I had to with the granny square that I picked up earlier.
Which is why you've had to put that down, because you kept going wrong.
Yeah, because you do the centre of the square and then you change the orientation of it. So your corners move round one.
Right.
So that it's like an offset square inside a square.
It sounds very complicated.
It's not very complicated, but it does require you to actually be able to count, and apparently that was beyond me this evening.
You've got Southern Comfort in your system.
Oh, Rita might be talking about your pink blanket, mightn't she? I'm sure that's exactly what she's talking about. Helen's saying it's very nice. I like the little cables. It just adds enough interest, and the chunky yarn, of course, means that the baby sort of snuggle blanket, snuggle satin will be quite a quick knit.
Well, she's due the beginning of September, so just as the weather's turning, so
right,
you need something quite warm, I think, really.
I think I might have to put air light on.
Well, yeah, it's getting quite dark there, my dear.
Because I've got no lights on at all. Is that better?
That one's better.
Yes, just a little bit further away.
That's better. We can see you now.
It burns us.
And more importantly, you need to be able to see your crochet.
Rita says, managed to redo the 4 rows I had to pull out today, plus several more rows, so all is well.
Oh, that's good.
That's brilliant, Rita. You must be quite pleased with yourself. That's good. Do we get to see a photograph?
Oh, excuse me. You'd think I'd had enough sleep today, wouldn't you?
Well, you had a nana nap.
You know me, though.
I do. But then you are up hours before I am.
Yeah, 5:40. I think I was up this morning.
Oh, I was up just after 6. So.
Oh, that one's me. Did you see that? Did you miss that one?
I did. Hang on. I missed it again.
Oh no, actually this is actually me, right in the face. Look at my face. That's me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, bless. Isn't that adorable?
Oh, love dogs. Dogs are so much better than people, aren't they?
Well, you certainly have a lot of fun with them.
Hmm.
And they just love you for who you are, what you are. They don't care. They've got no real agenda.
Exactly. My Arthur's gorgeous, even though he shouts at everyone that goes past the house. Oh yeah, definitely.
I quite like that one.
Oh, that one's cute. And a bunny, yeah. Although he looks like he's playing dead, to be honest.
He does rather.
Yeah. It's like, don't attack me, I'm already dead, so there's no point.
Oh, Helen managed to nap this afternoon out for the count for a good hours plus. Oh, that's good. You don't sleep particularly well in hospital.
Oh, hospitals are notorious because of the noise, and then you just get off to sleep and someone wakes you up because they want to take your blood pressure. It's like, well, my blood pressure would be much better if you'd let me sleep.
Well, yeah, or they wake you up to give you medication to make you sleep.
Yeah. Wake up, it's time to take a sleeping pill.
What on earth is that about?
That was a running joke in our house every evening because my mum, 90% of the evening, she actually snoozes away in a chair, and my dad would always shout at about 10 o'clock, "Darling, wake up! It's time to take your sleeping pill." Oh, I don't like hospitals for that respect. You just, because there is no difference between day and night within like the noise level, is there?
No, not really. And the thing is, there's nothing they can do about it. It's just the nature of the beast, isn't it?
Well, exactly, because there's poorly people that need monitoring.
I apologise, Helen. This is my original drink, and I haven't slept on.
You have been so slow tonight. I've drank about half a bottle of wine. I've had to go on to the bit of lemon.
Oh, bless. So Yvonne says, P keeps teasing her that stay at home doesn't mean sleep as much as possible.
I think it does.
Well, yeah, Jake seems to certainly be embracing the sleep as much as you can, except overnight when everyone else is trying to sleep.
Yeah, my kids have gone nocturnal.
Yeah, he's definitely gone nocturnal.
Callum's decided that 2 o'clock in the morning is a good time to take a bath. So he'll have a bath 2 till 3, and then he'll go to bed and sleep, maybe like, I don't know, 4 o'clock. And then he eventually gets up about 12 o'clock. I don't know how he sleeps because I get my flute out at 11 and start playing my flute, but he sleeps through it.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
I know. So anyway, Caitlin's not quite so bad because she's still got actual lessons. Oh, I love that one. That she's supposed to be doing, like, you know, she has all these classroom things that she's doing. That's me. And but Callum is just basically he's been given all his work and said just get all this done by June.
Well, everyone says P's like that as well. Yeah, they just seem to go through this phase of being completely nocturnal, and it just comes from nowhere. There's no.
I know. There. But my husband is still nocturnal. So I think that the kids, yeah, if he didn't have to go to work, and he does work at like 7 o'clock in the morning, so he does make himself have a normal routine. But if he didn't have to, when he's on holiday, he'd be quite happy to be nocturnal. And I think the kids take after him.
Yeah, Mike would happily sleep till 11, but when he's here, the girls expect him to take them to the beach.
I'd love to be taking Arthur to the beach
I was
right now.
waiting to see if anybody reacted to that word, and someone's just ran across and licked my hand.
Oh, you can take me to the beach?
I can't, unfortunately.
I know.
I'm not allowed to take them in this car for a start, unless it's a medical emergency. I have to keep one of the cars clean, so it makes sense. But no, when he's here, they just pester me to get him up because they know that his default will be to take them to the BEAC.
Yeah.
And he really likes to walk along there. I like the beach. I like the sea.
I like going to the beach.
But he's terrified of water and can't swim. And I want to be out on it, in the water or swimming or something.
I do like the beach. Oh, look. See? We should be there right now, shouldn't we?
We should. I didn't say it. Emmy did.
Sorry.
She knows it's Robin Hood's Bay.
I do. Oh, I love Robin Hood's Bay. It's not fair. I'd rather go to bed dead early and get up dead early. I love the world first thing in the morning when the sun's just coming up and it's quiet and nobody's about.
So Yvonne and Helen are both night owls because they like to go to bed late and sleep in.
No.
In preference to going to bed early and waking up early. Whereas I'm past 10 o'clock and I'm fit for nothing.
Honestly, past 8 o'clock normally.
But yeah, I will. Generally speaking, I wake up early. Some days I might, once a week, maybe I'll lie in till 8 o'clock. I'll wake up at 10 to 8 or something. But most days I'm awake between sort of 5:40 and 6:20, 6:30, something like that. Okay.
I don't remember the last time I slept till 8 o'clock. I honestly couldn't tell you.
A week ago Sunday.
I'm normally up sometime between 5:30 and 6. Maybe 6:15.
See, I always did get up early for years. And I had to when he was little.
Honestly, I do. I absolutely love first thing in the morning. Just quiet, sit and have a nice cup of coffee and chill. I don't necessarily get up. I love to sit in my bed with a cup of coffee and watch the news.
So I don't like watching the news. I like to have my first cup of coffee. Since this started, I check in on the news, but I max out at 10 minutes. Yeah. And then it's off. And then I'll watch something else. Because otherwise, I'll be sat watching it still at 10 o'clock in the morning. And
you could be, though, couldn't you?
It's all.
It's just repeated.
Well, and it's just generally not good news.
No.
I just think it was nice to see my friend Helen Davison on the news the other day.
What was she doing?
She's a former public health, but a trained doctor. And she was talking about face coverings, and she's been campaigning for face coverings. And she said you don't need to be able to sew, and she showed you how to fold a standard handkerchief and just use some hair bands to do an appropriate face covering with a bit of not tissue, some kitchen roll between.
All right.
That's actually quite a good filter.
Ah.
And she showed you how to do that, but it's dependent on you having hair long enough to have like scrunchies and laggy bands and things in the house.
I've got loads of scrunchies.
Yeah, me not so much.
I did see a really nice photo today that I think I might be going with on my hair. when this is all over.
Well, do tell.
It's on my phone. I took a screenshot of it. Hang on. Let's see if I can find it.
Yeah, I don't need a Labrador, but thank you very much for the offer.
Do you not want a Labrador?
No, not on my lap, lying on my blanket.
I don't know if you can see that. Can you see
Oh,
that?
the ombre dip dye. But
Oh, hang on, that way. So it's like going to be lighter at the top and darker at the bottom, whereas mine's the other way round at the minute.
Yeah, like a dip dye.
Yeah, but like with the grey.
Flattering because your roots are too dark.
Well, I don't think I've got enough grey, but whatever I decide to do with my hair, I still can't get away with not dyeing it at the minute. But I do want to go in and say, right, I want to work with the grey now rather than try and completely cover it up. So
people are going to be doing that.
Yeah.
The people who will be getting their nails and stuff done. Oh, Yvonne says mornings are way too early in the day. Getting up before 8 is terrible, but under normal circumstances, she's got to.
Unfortunately, it's the way of the world, isn't it, really?
Oh, Helen says the lady next door to her has been wheeled to theatre, so she's going to be on her own for a while. I'm sorry about that, Helen.
It's not a great time to go to theatre either.
I suppose it depends. They're only doing certain surgery days and things like that, aren't they? And they're doing them in COVID-free areas, so I think they're doing as many as they can.
When they can.
With teams on rotation.
It's just like when you get induced, though, isn't it? I remember when I was induced with Caitlin, I was in hospital for about a week, and then they came and got me at 2 o'clock in the morning because they were quiet. It was like, come on then, we're going to induce you now. So yeah, cheers for that. 2 o'clock in the flipping morning. I've only just got to sleep. You just waking me up to go and do labour. Thanks.
No.
But it is what it is. Oh, I have to go to bed now. What you like?
I'm not sure what the panda thing was on about, but
Look into my eyes. They look a bit crazy.
It'll be the wine.
It'd be the wine, yeah.
It'd be the wine.
And it'd be an hour past my bedtime.
Well, yeah.
I'm such a lightweight. Have you got tea?
Cold tea, yeah.
Oh, I can't believe you're going to drink that.
Oh. Oh, come on. You've had children.
I know, but I've got past that stage now, and I'm back to the I can have a nice hot cuppa. I am not going back to cold tea anymore.
Okay.
They're older. We don't need to drink cold tea anymore.
Coco's trying to force me to go to bed.
Yes, I'm trying to force you to go to bed as well.
That was very subtle of you. Well, it looks like we'll be saying good night very soon.
It's way past my bedtime, peeps. I'm sorry.
Oh, well. Right. Where's the button? Right, so I found the button.
Hopefully Helen will be all right on her own for a few hours, bless her.
Yeah, I would try and have another nana nap, Helen, and just chill out and enjoy the actual peace and quiet while it lasts. And I hope the lady's fine. I'm sure she'll be absolutely fine when she comes back. She'll just be sleepy, obviously.
Just nick the morphine off of her. Good stuff, that.
Well, yeah. Sell it when you get home.
Exactly.
I never said that. But we'll see everybody tomorrow round about 3:30, and we'll be doing the grand prize winning announcements and all that good stuff. And thank you everyone for your company.